Hello again, it's me Celine, still brand and community manager for Game on Tabletop, the tabletop crafting platform for gamers by gamers. This video is the part 2 of our crowdfunding dictionary series. In part 1 we learned many words like crowdfunding, backers, stretch goals, funding goals, and many more. So if you have not watched the part 1 yet, make sure to do it now by clicking somewhere right here on the video. Today we're going to learn new crowdfunding words so that you'll get one step closer to being a crowdfunding expert. Without any further ado, let's get started. Our first new word is add-ons. Add-ons in crowdfunding campaigns are elements that you will be able to add to your purchase or to your pledge. They are very often used in board game related projects as they allow to sell additional accessories or expansion packs that can be useful for the game. They can also sometimes be exclusive items that can only be accessible via the crowdfunding campaign. To give you an example of an add-on, we can see on this French campaign by Black Book Edition that they offer various add-ons called options in French, such as a special notebook in the colors of Trou de Vang, the game of this campaign, also books from the first campaign, as this one was created to fund one of its extensions. Now we have the campaign updates. On crowdfunding campaigns, you will often find a tab dedicated to updates on the campaign. They are in the form of short articles written by the project manager that allows them to inform their backers about important details on the campaign. They can appear while the campaign is live, but also after the campaign has ended to update backers on how the production is going or when the products are being shipped. On Game on Tabletop, updates can be programmed in advance and unlocked automatically at certain time in the campaign. This feature is surely of great help for the project managers, as it allows them to keep sleeping in the middle of the night if a new stretch goal is unlocked by then. I know, you're welcome. The campaign runtime. I'll go faster on this one as it's probably a bit more obvious. The campaign runtime is how long the campaign will run from launch to the end. The runtime is always chosen by the project manager before the campaign launches and allows to give it a limit to when backers can support the campaign. On Game On, the average runtime is 3 weeks, but it can also be a short campaign that only lasts a week or a long one that can last longer than a month. It's up to the project manager to choose. If the campaign reaches its funding goal before the end of the runtime, then it's considered funded. But sometimes campaigns can last longer than the original runtime. To do that, campaigns are transformed into late pledges. A late pledge is a campaign after a campaign. It allows to continue a campaign after its runtime for people who didn't have the chance to back it when the campaign was live. It can also allow to unlock the last stretch goals left, but only campaigns that reach their initial funding goal can be transformed into late pledges. It's up to the project manager to decide. Now that we saw what a late pledge is, we can see what an early bird is. And no, early birds are not campaigns before campaigns. Early birds can refer to the first backers who are supporting a campaign right when it launches. Being an early bird can sometimes, on certain campaigns, grant you special gifts. Indeed, early birds are very appreciated by project managers because they allow to reach the funding goal faster at an early stage in the campaign, which is always better than funding last minute. That's stressful. So sometimes on certain campaigns, people who back first can access special add-ons or reward levels for free or at a lower price. So always try to be one of the first. Maybe you'll get a little something for your devotion. Our next combination of words is estimated delivery. It is pretty self-explanatory, but so that no one gets confused, I'm going to quickly explain what it is. You will often find on campaigns estimated delivery date, telling you when you may receive your reward level. Most of the time, it's not an exact date. It can be a month or a semester when you can start expecting receiving your pledge. But this estimated delivery date is an estimation, which means that it's not assured. But project manager has calculated that this is the period where you will most likely receive your pledge. In reality, you might receive it sooner or later, but it should be around this period of time. Crowdfunding is, in many ways, not an exact science. And when it comes to production times, there can be delays or unforeseen events. So it's important to know that and take it in consideration. Let's say it's part of the fun of crowdfunding. Let's move on to a pledge manager. To understand what a pledge manager is, you should know that a lot of crowdfunding campaigns only take care of the funding process of campaigns. which means that those platforms offer a service where project manager can ask for funds from the crowd, but once the campaign is funded and has ended, those platforms do not take care of the rest, which means that if the project manager has reward levels to send to the backers, he'll have to take care of it all himself. So the aftermath of this is that pledge manager platforms were created to take care of the fulfillment process of crowdfunding campaigns by asking backers for their shipping address and then make them pay for the shipping. It's a bit of an exhausting and messy process for backers and project managers, as they both have to be on 2 platforms, create 2 accounts, and pay twice for backers. That's why on Game on Tabletop's platform, we thought it'd be a bit more intelligent and practical to directly have a pledge manager with the fulfillment process that is seamlessly integrated in the campaigns. When backers support campaigns on Game On, they directly add their address and pay free shipping right away with the rest of their pledge. For project managers, they have this information right away, which makes the process much less time-consuming. And if a project manager did the campaign on another platform, they can also choose to finish their campaign on Game On by using our tool as a pledge manager. We're almost done with today's video as there's only 2 definitions left. The second to last is digital loot. It's a combination of words that you will most likely hear on Game On, as it refers to one of our latest features, our integrated digital library. As we always try our best to upgrade our tool to answer the needs of backers and project managers, we already made a video dedicated to this feature, so if you want to learn more, you can watch it right here. And finally, our last definition is for tabletop marketplace, an easy one that refers to our online marketplace on Game On. If you don't know what an online marketplace is, it's a type of e-commerce where products are put for sale by third parties. So, for our tabletop marketplace, game creators can sell their board game related products directly on Game On. One more feature that makes Game on Tabletop a very complete tool. And that's it for our part 2 of our crowdfunding dictionary series. A lot of new words that is helping you understand better the great world of reward-based crowdfunding. If you have some questions on the words we just saw, or just some question on crowdfunding in general, feel free to leave a comment under this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to follow our crowdfunding adventures. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye!